Greetings, my paisanos. This is Super RJ. Halloween is here once again, and I have a lot of plans to do for this year's Halloween month. Sorry I didn't start last week because I was too busy on college life, but that's beside the point. But I'm gonna do it right here tonight. So tonight I'm gonna do a reaction on Nostalgia Critic's review of It 2017. Now, I am planning on reviewing this film, but on my film list. Like I said, I am excited. I am looking forward to review this movie, guys. Although I do watch the Nostalgia Critic's original review of It, to me, yeah, the original one kind of blows. But I will admit, Tim Curry as the clown, Pennywise, is actually pretty entertaining to watch. And the kids are actually the only thing that I like in the miniseries. But back onto this film, I will review this, give you my thoughts on this 2017 when I review this film later. But let's just get this started. But first, if you haven't seen the original video, I suggest you to watch it for yourself first. If you've already done that, then let's get this started. 3, 2, 1, start.
When someone walks in front of a red curtain, it's to tell you that you're about to see something scary. And indeed, by internet standards, you will be seeing something scary tonight. Opinions. No, I know. Sometimes opinions can be scary.
Yes, it is Hyperfan Girl.
But remember when Nostalgia Critic reviewed It for the first time and everyone got really angry and now everyone wants him to do a Stephen King review once a year? So,
really?
Being the internet, we can all be adults here and just agree that there's better things to argue about.
Yes, what with comments.
My fiancé said that this would happen, so he wrote me a little backup song. Any of you crybaby shit pants got a problem with that? You can tighten it up with me. There, that's better. Enjoy the review, have a good time. And remember, if anyone feels triggered, you can say hello to my trigger, biatch!
The classic Simpsons Treehouse of Horror intros. I remember that. After season 6, yo shoot, all the Transformer movies. Oh no! It's returned!
So I hear your cinematic version is breaking all sorts of box office records. You know, when mine was on TV, the ratings were through the roof.
Ratings? What are those?
They were how you measured success before Netflix arrived.
Sounds stupid.
It kind of was. They told us nobody watched Family Guy, but the fans brought it back so that years later nobody will watch Family Guy.
Well, what we measure now is box office. It's only a matter of time before people say, I'm the definitive It.
Aha! I started haunting children's nightmares first.
First is worst, as any YouTube commenter would tell you.
They're already looking back and remembering how awesome I was. I'm telling you, bucko, I almost got it.
No, time will pass and they'll all remember me.
Doug do Tim Curry version of It, but when you do like the recent actor who plays It, for this review is
now shut up,
kind
boss, and
of
tell us which It is better.
Yeah, come on. I'm scarier.
But I'm funnier.
We're not supposed to be funny.
We're friggin' clowns.
This is going worse than my American Pilot.
Hello, boys. Pour me a cupcake vodka martini and deal me in. No.
We are so not doing that.
No.
Oh, come on. What's the big deal? You always ruin it for people.
Yeah, kids used to be afraid of me, but now they just come up to me and go, wah-ha, wah-ha, wah-ha.
Oh, come on. I like some things in It. The kids were good. You were good.
And?
I don't know. I blacked out due to the Stephen King drinking game.
Oh my god, that game comes with a Surgeon General's warning, doesn't it?
Yeah, you see, this is what he does. He ruins scary things by pointing out their flaws. Like asking why my head turning into a dog was supposed to be scary.
His fun. Well, that was funny,
When
man.
was it supposed to be
Why wasn't that scary?
Puppies take over development! Forget it. You're not gonna ruin our fun.
Okay, look. Both of you are trying to figure out who's the definitive version. Doesn't it make sense to have me hear both sides to figure out which one is better? Have me be the one to determine who almost got it.
Not really, no.
Awful idea.
Well, screw you. I'm not talking about the Dark Tower movie.
That's fair.
You know what? Go ahead. Everybody in the world loves my movie. The president of critics said if Jesus was a movie, this would be that movie. The United Nations of Film Critics said just stop making movies altogether. Nothing will ever top it. And the Holy Church of Heavenly Criticism said, take me now, death. I do not fear you, because I have seen it, and I know nothing in life will ever be better. Going overboard, you may say, riding the hype train, perhaps. I say no. I challenge you, nay, welcome you, to find one single solitary thing wrong with my version of it.
Okay, this is the cinematic version of it.
Was kind of hoping you'd be intimidated by that.
I wasn't.
Oh.
As the credits roll, we see a little boy named Georgie and his stuttering brother named Bill. Okay, for the sake of dialogue, we'll switch him out.
New White Bill, do you think that the SS Georgie is ready to sail?
She sure is.
She?
You always call a ship a she.
Even if it's called the SS Georgie?
You want to get to the real problems of this film or not?
Yeah, no, okay.
He's excited to test out the paper boat in the rain, but not before he gets what he needs in the creepy basement.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not going to kill me off before the credits end, and also, everybody knows that drain sewer scene, so I'm just going to assume that those are light bulbs.
Well, you don't have to be so mean about it.
Georgie loses his boat in the drain,
Yeah,
though,
how
coming
would
across
you
the
have a
infamous
special effects
clown,
movie?
Pennywise.
Hiya, Georgie.
Nope.
Nope.
Hey,
Like,
wait, where you going?
screw this thing I'm out.
No kid will be drawn to someone that scary looking.
Yeah, but they were drawn to him, and he's not even scary.
Exactly, you dumbass.
One of the reasons Pennywise creeped people out so much is he was a legitimately good clown. He was goofy and funny, so he could lure kids into his evil traps. This guy couldn't lure awkward fan art to Tumblr.
Hey, I was legitimately creepy. I feed off people's fears.
But you don't feed off their dumb. Something has to draw them in.
You want drawing in? How about this?
Gotta go.
Yeah, that's how that will make people go with him so I can eat them.
Morning, Losers. Brother Bill, over time, acquires a group of foul-mouthed friends known as the Token Troop. I mean Losers Club. Let's say Token Club.
Yeah.
It uses a lot of the traditional kid group tropes, but to be fair, it was one of the originators of it, so it's given a little leeway. Like when Token Girl Bev seems to get along with the Token Fat Kid, Ben.
So, you're the new kid on the block. What are you listening to? New Kids on the Block. Really?
Yeah, really? Okay, it's like the only 80s they cram down your throat.
But it's dumb.
Really dumb. Okay, do you want that, or do you want to do what every movie about the 80s does now and have you wear this?
Oh yeah.
We'll take the lame joke.
Good. Now get back to your romantic kind of maybe sort of relationship.
I guess I'll be somewhat attracted to you later.
Kinda.
Maybe.
Get it? Because the movie takes place in the 80s.
Oddly enough, the other characters are introduced early on through Pennywise scares. Which is strange, as we're supposed to be afraid for them, even though we don't know them very well yet.
Yeah,
Stanley,
like this
the
Jewish kid.
trope.
Huh. I wonder why a Jewish temple would have a creepy abstract painting of a woman. I wonder if it's modeled after that woman over there. I guess I'll tell no one about this.
Yeah, I have no jokes for that moment. That was a legitimately scary scene. Which is a shame, because some scares are ruined by the film's inability to go all the way with its ideas. For example, a germaphobe trope named Eddie is looking for his medication. A creepy-looking hand grabs it and holds it up to him. Now this is a brilliant setup, framing the hand in the foreground, keeping the creepy person's identity blurred, building up how scary he's gonna look. This is masterful. But then when it's revealed what he looks like...
Chester!
That payoff isn't scary enough. It's just a really sick-looking guy. He's supposed to be a leper, but come on, you could have gone more creepy than this. To a germaphobe, I guess that's scary, but to us, it's not that bad. Scares can be lessened in other ways, too. The black kid trope named Mike is quickly shown the grisly remains of a building that burned down. This would be incredibly disturbing if the music just shut the hell up. Most of the soundtrack is hugely over the top. When it's supposed to be pleasant, it crams whimsy into you like Tinkerbell being shoved up your ass.
Pleasant, nice, oh so wonderful, childhood is great, there's nothing wrong with it, yay!
And when it's supposed to be scary, it works in the softer moments, but there aren't that many softer moments. Instead, it turns what should be goosebumps creeping up your spine into jump scares being bashed into your skull. Look, a scary soundtrack, like any soundtrack, is essential, but when it's used too much, it can become like a laugh track, where it's forcing down your throat what should be coming to you naturally. Let's try the scene again, except take the music down a lot and focus more on the eerie silence and a few well-chosen sound effects. Didn't that seem creepier? Wasn't even the car driving by more jarring?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, some scares work brilliantly, like the burned headless ghost. His reveal and the way he moves is chillingly unnerving. But I'll admit it gets a little silly when you have to show it's still Pennywise.
Wait a minute, what do you mean silly? There's nothing
It
silly
is the
about me.
silly when
I'm the most frightening thing
when
in
he waved his
cinema.
arm like that in the movie.
You want to tell him or should I?
I think we should both tell him.
What? Tell me what?
You're a clown!
No matter what you do, you're gonna be a little silly.
Just embrace
Yeah.
it, you oddball of denial.
That's not true. Remember when I scared Bland Leader Trope, Billy, by scaring him with his dead brother? Ha 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 ha! Look, I'm Chip Dunham if he was ever funny. Ha 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 ha! Now come on, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still a little funny, too.
I'm not supposed to be funny. I get really scary when I run up to him like this. Ah!
What is that?
It's my thing. My creepy way of running.
That's not really that scary, man.
You look and sound like a possessed Olaf from Frozen.
Go back to hunting fern going. This is scary.
Oh my god, is there any way we can play the Benny Hill music over that?
Oh my god, totally do that.
This is scary.
That's gold.
This was never funny until I met you.
There's one kid in the film I swear is in his own separate movie, and that's Richie.
Apparently everybody loved this
Mostly
character because he
he's
always
like
makes a lot of these funny
version of
dialogues.
Ash. Think about it. He has all the one-liners.
They say Derry's a town of beaver traps. And it still is. Am I right, boys?
Except when he doesn't.
Something, 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 your mom. Am I right, boys?
He's super cowardly.
I don't want to go in there.
Except when he's not.
You see this? This is my bat stick.
He's somehow the geekiest and coolest kid in the entire movie. The consistent inconsistency. But other inconsistencies are more distracting than fun. Like the adults not noticing the blood that the kid sees is more unsettling in this one.
Do some with your hair? I do some creepy shit over here.
But then the kids are cleaning the blood, rocking out to an 80s song. The upbeat blood cleaning scene? Why don't you just throw a whisk in there like a chick flick while you're at it?
See, you have no idea what you're doing. Now, our version, on the other hand, we made balloons scary.
No, you didn't.
Little bit?
No, little bit.
Teeny tiny?
Stop now.
Yeah, okay.
The new movie, however, kinda did.
What?
Yeah.
For one, all the balloons are red, helping them stand out more and serving as an eerie visual. That was to donuts for a long time. When someone just sees a single red balloon, they're gonna think of it. Second, they're used to reveal something. There's always something creeping behind it. The balloon itself is not scary, but rather a build-up to the actual scare we're about to get. Thus, when we see it, we do start to get frightened. I'll even say the bullies are a lot better. Yeah, the ultimate generic Stephen King trope is actually done fairly well here. Particularly with the main bully, Henry, who is not only given a backstory that's very quick to grasp, but they also make it clear that his type of bullying is more psychotic than most other bullying. It isn't just run-of-the-mill. They acknowledge it's pretty messed up.
I've been waiting outside the library for you, Ben. You waited for hours and knew I'd come this direct?
Actually, I'm gonna give you a little bit of spoilers that happen in the movie. A little something that happened. I mean, not like a mostly spoiler, but here's a little something here's actually did in the movie. Actually, one of the bullies in this movie actually does have a fear of like they're not actually a major like a fearless bully. Something he has some problems. One of the bullies in this movie has some problems of his own. And that's kind of a little bit neat tradition.
How dare you point out my cinematic flaws? Just for that?
Oh my god, why do you hang out with this guy? Honestly, we're hiding behind you.
Yeah, we're afraid he's gonna cut us.
Ow, ow! It's working!
But Ben escapes and comes across the loser gang who attends to his wounds.
Question. Why didn't we take him to a hospital?
Oh, me. Well, it's because the adults in the area don't care about the kids.
Yeah, that is the point, because it controls all the adults in this movie.
Aside from a couple in a car driving by, it's not made very clear.
Yeah, and even then, people are still alive. They must have a somewhat functional medical facility.
No time for that. Billy sees Bev walking for the first time in slow-mo.
Wait, didn't he just see her a moment ago in the drugstore?
But not in slow-mo.
But isn't that usually reserved for the first time you see someone? Like the first time you see her, things slow down? Why do it the following moment? Is it love at second sight?
What? You don't know?
You're right, we don't.
Well, if you don't know, I'm not gonna tell you.
Who just won that?
Back to the stage.
So Ben invites the Losers Club over as a means to say thanks for saving him.
Yeah, I study disappearances and histories of towns that I just moved to.
Wow, you're incredible.
Wow, he's Dipper 2.0 in the movies.
Yeah, I guess I'll give the movie this, instead of the fat kid trope being obsessed with. In this, he's obsessed with
Tone!
It's a little forced, but not as forced as this.
Oh my god, you still like New Kids on the Block?
Yes, as I clearly established earlier.
Wow, that is still so 80s.
Hey, does anyone notice
Yeah,
this
because this
incredibly
film
obvious
takes
picture
place in
from
80s.
our city's
In
founders?
the 80s.
I mean, we had to pause the movie to focus on that poster.
While playing a song, too.
I mean, it's right here for everyone to see. I just thought someone would notice it.
Yeah, this film's mostly timeless, but sometimes we gotta kick you in the balls with the 80s.
Yeah, what did we get? Only like 5 close-ups of the poster?
And you only got 2 of the creepy clown here, like someone else noticed it. Someone else noticed it!
Did I mention Batman and Lethal Weapon are playing at the theater?
Wow, the 80s are so cool. Let's never reference them again.
Clown.
Shut up, Richie.
Clown.
The tone gets even weirder when Mike appears back in the movie. Yeah, he kind of disappeared for a long time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Feels self-defeating.
There's only one thing we can do for the serious scene of us fighting our fears.
Silly music and slow-mo!
Sticks and stones fight.
Remember when this was a serious, important scene? Yeah, now it's silly and goofy. See? That didn't even hurt. I'm like a cartoon now.
Yeah.
of Mike and decide to allow him to be in the Losers Club.
Do you believe in UFOs, astral projections, mental telepathy, ESP, clairvoyance, spirit photography, telekinetic movement, full trance mediums, the Loch Ness Monster, and the theory of Atlantis?
As long as I'm not marginalized
Isn't
like
that
that
dialogue
Jewish kid, I'll
from
believe anything you say.
Ghostbusters?
Shalom!
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stanley.
You
The
guys
Jewish
forgot I was
kid-
even
the
a
Jewish kid.
character, didn't you?
It's okay, it's okay. There's so many characters in this movie anyway, somebody was bound to get less screen time. Heck, I'm not even here half the time. I'm a cardboard cutout.
Huh, I did not know that.
So what do you say, Mike? You want to join our club?
You got it. Where do you want me?
In the back with the Jewish kid.
Oh.
The film does get genuinely fun again, and not forced fun like... whatever that was. After a scene where Pennywise comes to life on their slide projector, the kids enter a haunted house that... honestly is kind of like a neighborhood Halloween haunted house. And I mean that in the best way. It has rooms with creepy toys, cobwebs, doors that lead to over-the-top scares. It's goofy, gory fun.
Stop saying that!
Saying what?
Things like goofy, gory fun. Does this sound like a voice that'd be interested in goofy, gory fun? I am super scary and super serious in this gritty reimagining of it. I contort my body and turn into all sorts of sharp things.
Oh, you mean with your crappy digital effects?
Oh, that's just typical of you critics, isn't it?
Yeah, just like any
totally
typical
forgot he
horror
was still
film
there.
does.
Yeah, weren't you
Every
just an opening
horrifying
punchline?
creature
I know
in the
how
movie
this
always
works.
does a lot of
You point out
twitching
bad digital effects,
and
that
body
means you hate
twisting,
all
all that stuff to make
digital
it look,
effects.
to make it feel like they're
That's not what I
scary.
said at all.
Scary.
I get it. You hate Pixar, you despise Jurassic Park, you want to see Officer Hobbs die.
Okay, look, digital effects are wonderful and have come a long way, especially in horror films. CGI can make a ghostly image seem there and not there at the same time. It's one of the few examples where the uncanny valley actually helps an effect, and half the time, it's great in this film. The creepy painting coming to life, the headless boy, a good half of the digital effects are very effective.
Great. That means you love all CGI. I'm glad we cleared this up.
No, here's the thing. Like any effects, there's good and bad ones. And when you use them so often in your movie, the bad ones are going to be easier to spot. The fear of Pennywise isn't that he's a ghost you can see through. He's supposed to look like he's really there. And if your digital effects don't have time to really make it look like his hand is turning into a werewolf or he's transforming into a monster, because you have to use that time on other digital effects, the fear is massively diluted.
Nope. It was all amazing, and you hate everything digital. Like that blurry run effect. How did you do that?
Oh, of course.
You're just filming your face really close to the phone.
It cost CGI artists thousands to recreate this.
Are we still playing?
The kids fight back Pennywise, showing they can defeat him. So of course, let's have this be the moment where they
Where
split
they had
up
to
and go
split
their
up.
separate ways.
Yeah, that's what happened in the movie. Of course, they gotta have
Next time we split
a
up,
scene
go
where
our
they
separate
broke
ways.
up.
Yeah, you
They're not
really
split.
got me there, movie. I'm so sure they're never gonna meet up again.
No, it's really sad.
Oh, yeah, what a shame you'll never get back together.
Wait, why are we leaving? We've got him on the run. We should finish him off.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Puss out. But that cliche is in everything. I
Wait,
know.
the
I was in
good
those cliches
guys
when they
also
became
supposed to push
popular.
out?
No. We're not going to fix old cliches. Instead, we're going to put a whole bunch of other ones in.
Like what?
Well, the damsel in distress for one.
Ah!
Followed
Oh
up by
no,
true
he
love's
came
kiss, breaking the spell.
Seriously?
Well, the chart says. Well, want to go to a chart bar? Maybe talk some math? Let's consult the chart. Yes.
Yeah.
So the loser gang reunite to save Beverly.
She's down there.
Wait, what's that on your arm?
It's a cast.
You went to a hospital? I thought I knew you.
You're all gonna be going to the hospital soon.
Quick, Mike!
Damn it! We kind of need you to kind of justify your kind of art.
Oh, okay.
Yay! I guess I have a reason for being here. Wonderful. Now I can tell you all about my incredibly interesting backstory.
We're kind of past the 2-hour mark.
We could probably get you a bonus feature on the Blu-ray. Fair enough.
Really? A hospital? I bet the nurses were hot, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was a placebo.
Meanwhile, Beverly wakes up in the sewers where, oh
Oh,
Christ.
here comes the meme. Here comes the meme, people.
not supposed to be at all funny.
What? It's a scary dance of evil. It's poopy trousers time.
Yeah, especially when you play this over it.
I will do the German dance for you. It's fun again. La, la, la.
Stop that! Oh, come on, people, just stop playing Gangnam Style over that. Oh, yeah? Well, here's something in my version of the movie that your version never had. People actually floating.
Oh my god, really?
Oh, yeah?
We all float.
Yeah, that's a really good
We
point. For
all
all the times you always
float.
said they float, they always float. We never do see anybody float in your version.
Yeah.
Waha! Waha!
It's not gonna work.
Yes, it is. Waha! 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 Waha!
Okay, yeah, it is. Hey! I'm sorry, he's a good clown. They rescue Beverly, but she's in a hypnotized daze. So, like mentioned before,
Ben uses True Love's kiss to free her.
Really? Go up this.
You know what? I'm married. I love my wife.
Doink.
Haha, that still counts.
You won't get away that easily.
so Pennywise tries to transform into all their beings.
Nope.
Oh, hi, kids.
Oh my god! Tommy was Sue? No, hell, no. No.
The kids confront their terrors and beat Pennywise, resulting in them agreeing to come back if he ever returns.
Well, I guess we did it.
We sure did. Whoa, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Kissing you.
Oh, I think I have a better relationship with Ben. I mean, he saves me, he writes me poetry. Also, I just did a kissing scene with him.
Yeah, hands off my maybe lady. I don't follow this. It's the last scene of the movie. Are we really going to end in a half-assed relationship?
Well, let's see what the book says.
That's a great idea. It's sure to show who Beverly should end up with.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Super uncomfortable.
How about we, blow kisses?
Yeah, that was it.
It's the greatest thing we ever made as humans. Cinematically flawless, hauntingly haunting, the most amazing horror film ever made. Good, super, yes, good.
Don't think you're overhyping it just a teeny bit.
Nope, it's perfect. And anyone who thinks different hates movies.
Well,
Yes, movie hater.
it's hard to say this is a flawless horror film, but at the same time, it's hard to say it's bad, too. There's a lot of scares, fun ideas, decent enough characters, and in many respects, it is better than the original. On the whole, I do recommend it as a scary flick.
Take that, Ronald Horror Picture Show!
But there is one thing the original has that the new one doesn't.
What's it?
Personality.
It's true.
The original was silly and awkward, but it kind of relished it. From the awkward effects, to the hokey acting, to the odd writing, and of course, Tim Curry giving 1,000,000%.
Because
It's not
way how
scary,
Tim Curry
but it's
plays
an
as
over-the-top
it,
campy
he actually
TV
plays
movie.
like a real
This
clown.
is trying to be an 80s film, a timeless film, have subtle scares, over-the-top scares, adult humor, cartoony humor. Tonally and stylistically, it's just all over the place. I admire it for trying so much, but they
They
don't
just trying to
always fit
remind us
together,
that this
which
movie
helps
took place in the
create less
80s
of an
like in the
identity.
miniseries.
So even though the cinematic version is better, I'll strangely enough probably remember the original more. So yes, it is good enough. I just don't think it's the game changer everybody builds it up to be.
But wait, you never answered the question. Which of us is the definitive it?
Yeah, scary or funny? Which is it?
Well, I'm probably not the best one to answer that, but I do know who is.
Gasp! You should be both! Do you know how many incarnations of the Joker there's been? Tons!
And do you know what the best ones have in common? They're not Jared Leto.
Yes. And they were both scary and funny. Don't choose one. Be both. As the world's most famous killer clown would tell you, it's best to go out on a scream and a laugh.
Hey, wasn't I originally up for your role?
Whoop, gotta go. Were you really up for his role?
Yes, and I almost got it.
he was very confused.
Well, that's your movie in a nutshell.
Good point.
What are you seeing?
It.
What's it?
That's the name of the movie.
What is?
It.
What's it?
It is it.
And what is that?
It.
So it is that?
And that is it.
And what is that?
It.
So it is it.
Isn't it?
Well, how should I know?
Because if it wasn't it couldn't be anything else now, could it?
That's it?
Precisely.
And are you seeing it with them?
No, them is another movie altogether.
What are you, some sort of clown?
No, it's the clown.
What is?
It, damn it!
Okay, let's start over. Here's the thing.
Let's not bring John Carpenter into this.
I don't believe it.
Well, that's your problem right there. You can't see it if you don't believe it.
It's driving me crazy!
Well, that's what it does.
It drives people crazy?
Now you get it.
You no good shady son of a...
What is it?
That's what I want to know!
Good night, folks.
Okay.
Hello, Doug Walker here, doing the charity shout-out.
Yeah, stop right there. Well, that was okay. It was an okay recent movie review that Doug ever did. But I stick to his review on Suicide Squad because it's actually way more funnier. This one is decent. I mean, I kind of have the problem, just like in some of his recent reviews. Some of them are fine, but the problem is they're not that funny anymore. I'm not saying that critic Doug is not reviews are getting lamer. I'm saying that they just, at least they could have more sketches. But either way, I'd say he did a solid work on his review of it. I mean, I just don't understand why people do not like his opinion on the original It. It wasn't that good, but at least but I have to admit the original miniseries was a little bit over the top and silly, and some of the kids are enjoyable in the original, but the remake actually has way more potential than the Tim Curry one. And that's all I have to say. So that's all I have to say about this thing. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.